Hi, friends. Today's show is dedicated to Judy Montero. We lost Judy earlier this month. She was friend to a lot of people here in Novato. She and Lisa were Saroptimus sisters together, and I got to meet Judy through that work when I was with Lisa in Hawaii, along with Judy and some other Saroptimus sisters. The first part of the show, I'm making a coconut cake. I'm getting out of my comfort zone and I'm trying to bake. The second part of the show, you'll see some footage of Judy and her friends in Hawaii with me, Lisa, and a whole bunch of other folks. Enjoy the show, folks. We'll miss you, Judy, but we won't forget you. Ingredients for our coconut cake: flour, sugar, of course, baking powder, baking soda, salt, vanilla and coconut extract, 5 egg whites, sour cream, butter, sweetened flaked coconut, and coconut milk. Get this coconut cake. Prep the pans, and I cut out some parchment paper to put in the bottom. And then we're simply going to oil the pans with cooking spray. Also oil that parchment paper. We're just speeding this up to let you see how we get this done, okay? Just separate the eggs. And you saw me take that there's a little white part in eggs when you separate them. I just try to scoop those out to make sure that white is nice and clean. Then we're gonna freeze those egg yolks. Now let's combine our dry ingredients except for the sugar. Now the fun starts. I'm trying to adjust myself so we can see more of the coconut cake. Let's go ahead and cream this butter and sugar. That's why we didn't add the sugar to the flour. And just take your time and add that in gradually because you can see it speeded up, so it doesn't look as slow as when I was actually doing it. You're gonna see when we make the frosting that I have changed mixers. This little Hamilton Beach is a good little mixer. However, it's only a 4-quart, so I wanted to get something a little larger, and you'll see it when we start making the frosting. Remember, when creaming butter and sugar, push everything down the side. Now we're adding those egg whites, and the same thing, just keep scraping down the sides so that everything gets creamed in nicely. I really like this baking. I'm having more fun than I thought I would. The sour cream goes in. It's making me use another skill set when it comes to cooking because, oh, did you notice there I changed the the beaters. I'm going to add my vanilla, 2 tablespoons, and 1 tablespoon of the coconut extract. I like saying the word extract. And then over here on the right, you see that coconut milk. We'll get to that later. Flour goes in again, gradually add it to it, and then just kind of scrape those sides down. I'm doing this like I'm a little commentator. I'm enjoying this. This is an interesting process to film it, speed it up, and try to do the voiceover. I'm also putting myself up in the corner so you see me. Now notice how I added that cream. Now look down at the table there. My first time working with that coconut milk. And let's go ahead and fill the cake pans. And the way I did this is just by, the recipe says a 2-layer cake. I made a 3-layer, and I just divided it into 3. I started by adding a cup to each one, and then just make sure I put the same amount in each pan. Real bakers actually weigh their batter, I'm told. Now our oven has been preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to place them in that center rack and just give them a little space. And they're going to bake 20 to 23 minutes. I think these took about 20 minutes. My oven runs hot. Now, just to make sure that they are done, insert I'm using a toothpick in the center. You want to put it in the deepest part of the cake. If the toothpick or the straw comes out clean, your cakes are done. And if you see there, I've got the racks on the countertop there on my workspace so that we can take them out. And you want to put them on baker's racks to cool. I think I've got it. There we go. Oven's open. And there's that beautiful cake platter that Lisa ordered that we're going to put a coconut cake in a little bit. And what I really did, I allowed these to cool overnight. I covered them and just allowed them to cool overnight. And they came out relatively easy. You're going to see that. Hide nothing on my show. We are, the real deal, like my man Evander Holyfield. All right, let's make the frosting next. Here are the ingredients for our frosting. Butter at room temperature, cream cheese at room temperature, the confectionery sugar, and again we're going to use the coconut and vanilla extract along with some of that coconut milk, about 2 tablespoons of that, and a little bit of salt. We always need a little salt in our life, right? All right, you see my new mixer here. That's the Cuisinart. Like it. I have a KitchenAid in Georgia, so I didn't want to buy 2 of them. We're going to cream the butter and the confectionery sugar. I just love that big whisking mechanism there. You see how everything seems to blend better than the previous mixer I had? And this one has a larger 5-quart capacity. Butter is cream. We're going to add our confectionery sugar. And again, remember to just scrape things down the side so it whips up nicely. Gonna add that coconut milk, then our vanilla extract along with our, coconut extract went in first and the vanilla extract. I'm gonna raise it up and then just scrape things down and add the last of the confectionery sugar. I really like this blender. Our frosting is coming along. We're going to add our coconut to it. Coming up right about, I had a little taste there. Scrape down the sides. This is really a good frosting. And me showing it off to you. I think we're going to add the coconut. Here comes the coconut right there. About a cup. And it doesn't hurt if you're going to add a little more. This is not like that. Okay, friends, now for the difficult part, the frosting of the cake. I am having so much fun doing this. And one of the reasons I just fall in love with cake baking late at night. So here it is, almost 8:30. I'm calling myself, when I do this at night, the Midnight Bakery and the Black Chef. We're making white cake tonight. So it's been fun. Coconut cake. I've done a yellow cake a few weeks ago, about a month or so ago. Then I did a chocolate cake. And now the coconut cake, which is one of Lisa's favorites. The tough part coming up for me, the actually laying the cake out, then frosting. You see me make all the frosting and all that stuff. So you saw me add the parchment paper to the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to turn it over. Yes, my hands are clean. There we go. Boom. Oops. I've got to show you that. So in real time, it took me about 20 minutes to do this part. Now, those first two things I showed at the beginning were the utensils. This flat spatula that my sister, different mama, different daddy, same father, down in Los Angeles, Rochelle Huppin, taught me about this particular utensil. Now you see how the cakes, they come out pretty easy. That parchment paper, I put the first one down top, side, bottom, then I put the flat parts against each other. And it's just like, well, I've never laid bricks, so I don't know if I should use that reference. But I'm putting the frosting in there and just trying to cover it. And I'm told it's about a matter of just kind of pushing it. So I'm practicing it and I'm learning, and hopefully you'll learn with me as well. So I'm using about as much and just kind of push it easy. You don't want to push too hard because it will rip the cake and cause crumbs. So I'm trying to take it all the way out to the ends of the cake. And then when we do the sides, it's like you're supposed to measure the length. Oops, I dropped a little bit out there. Oh, there we go. Anyway, measure the width of the cake. And that's the amount of frosting you want to put on the spatula so that you won't do what I just did, drop frosting on the table. Just take your time, or I'm telling myself, Curtis, slow down, and just cover the cake, frost the cake. Again, I'm loving this getting out of my comfort zone. As a coach, we push our players to get out of the comfort zone so they get better. As a cook, as a culinary professional, I'm pushing myself to do something I've never really been good at, is baking. So Lisa keeps saying, honey, stop baking so many cakes. However, I'm loving it. So this is our coconut cake. I've got it frosted. I'm gonna cover everything up. I will get better at this. And I'm gonna take and add some coconut to the top of it. I'm trying to clean off the side there before we set it in the cake plate. And I'm gonna sprinkle coconut across the top. There we go. I'd like to get more on the sides as well. All right, it's about time to present and then cut this beautiful cake. There's this little walking pier out at the end of Queen's Break. So I would love for when you get to Hawaii, you come check this out. We get pretty much a great look at the skyline of Waikiki from here. Again, the Royal Hawaiian. I think that's the Sheraton Waikiki down there. And we come a little farther, you see the Moana Surf Rider. Get a great look at Waikiki Beach, and all of this along here is the Queen's Break. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a little protective tidal pool, so you can get out and swim and not worry about rip tides and things pulling you in, under, I should say. Oh, I'm having so much fun out here in the sunshine. Now that is the Waikiki Marriott Resort and Spa. That's where we'll be doing our cooking and our hula lessons and whatever other trouble I can find. I'm gonna pan all the way around so you can take a look at Diamond Head. There she is. There's Diamond Head. Guess that's one of the most famous volcanoes in the world. And aren't we glad it's not an active volcano? And there's the rest of the beach. Beautiful Waikiki. Aloha. So, the women of Novato has won this beautiful bottle of champagne. We're going to take it home to Marin, to the club, and we're going to have a big party. Everybody. Hi everyone, it's me, Curtis, and welcome to the show. Today we're in Waikiki with three wonderful residents from Novato, California. They also happen to be members of what's this great group?
Seroptimus International of Novato.
Whoa, right on y'all. So I've got my lovely Lisa in the middle, and then to your right, honey, is?
Chris Wiley.
Hi, Chris, and?
Judy Montero.
Judy Montero. All of us are from Novato, right?
Right.
Now, we want to share the love of Seroptimus. So can you all, Lisa, take the mic.
Sure.
Can you all tell us about Seroptimus?
Well, Seroptimus means better for women or best for women. And we came together today for the last 3 days for the weekend to celebrate all the successes that we've had over the last couple of years, and they've been challenging years, right, Judy?
Carol Bennett, SI Novato, 14-year member.
Well, this is my first conference ever, so it was really nice to meet people in person that I'd only seen on Zoom calls. And also today was really emotional. It was hearing from all the award winners, all the scholarships that Seroptimus give to young girls to finish their education. Because we believe through education we will empower women and girls to dream big and do whatever they want to do in life and become whatever they want.
The experience of a nightmare of the California wildfires in the fall of 2020 sparked a flame in Noella, and she started an organization through her high school called California Youth Climate Leaders. From her website it says, Noella started California Youth Climate Leaders as a way for high school students to get involved through activism and service projects. She wanted the club to be a place where students are not afraid to voice their ideas and opinions to local and state government officials, organize and lead their own environmental projects, and most importantly, see how their actions can have immense impacts. Noella has sent a video to share her project and future plans.
To all the esteemed women to whom I'm honored to speak to today, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude for this award. I'm incredibly delighted to be able to have made it this far in the Violet Richardson Award nomination process. Just 1 month ago, I presented my acceptance speech for the Violet Richardson Award at the Novato Seroptimus Award ceremony, sharing this recognition with 2 other amazing young women in my community. Today I'm speaking to 4 districts that represent a multitude of Seroptimus branches and sharing my story about why I have been chosen to be the recipient of this District 3 award. My name is Noella DeFrenza, and I'm in 10th grade at San Marin High School. At the beginning of the school year, I founded the California Youth Climate Leaders, or CYCLE, the Climate Action Club at San Marin High School. I currently lead the club as president with the support of the AP Environmental Science teacher, Ms. Howell. Our club meets around once a week to discuss project ideas, climate issues, and ways we can make our club as impactful as possible. We are currently working with the school to install compost bins around campus, something that is long overdue to increase sustainability at San Marin. We are also planning on hosting a planting project at the Belmarin Keys wetlands with students from inside the club and also throughout the school. On April 9th, we ran a table at the Marin County Rotary Day of Service, Protecting the Environment Fair. This fair consisted of landscape and cleanup volunteer work, environmental exhibitors such as our club, and an electric vehicle and bicycle show. The purpose of the event was to engage the community with environmental action and service work, but also being a fun place for people to learn about current climate issues and solutions. By attending the fair as exhibitors, we were able to connect with the community about what our club does, what we plan to do in the future, and how we can all make a difference in combating climate change. Since this is our first year as a club at San Marin, we are just getting started. In the next few years, we hope to install electric vehicle charging stations at schools, work with local or state governments, organize protests, beach cleanups, and so much more. With climate change, the effects don't just occur, they compound, one thing fueling the next. Wildfires, droughts, decaying coral reefs, animal and plant extinctions, and rising sea levels all connect and affect us on a much larger scale. Together, they create a tidal wave of destruction, unfurling detrimental consequences. But similarly to how our mistakes unfold, our actions and solutions have rippling effects. We can all make a difference, whether it is something as small as composting at home, or something larger, such as switching to an electric vehicle. Climate change is a cooperative effort and not the work of just one person. I started CYCLE to engage the community with climate efforts to take action towards this increasingly more detrimental issue. I've already learned so much from teachers and mentors, representatives, students, and friends, and I can't wait to see what the California Youth Climate Leaders can accomplish. Thank you.
Noelle writes in her essay, with climate change, problems don't just occur, they compound, one thing after another. Fires, drought, habitat destruction, the polar ice caps melting, and sea levels rising. They all connect and affect us on a much larger scale. They create a tidal wave of destruction, unfurling detrimental consequences. But just like how our mistakes unfold, our actions and solutions have rippling effects. Any of us can make a difference, whether it's something as small as reducing your plastic waste consumption or something as large as installing solar panels on your roof. Climate change is a collective effort, not the work of just one person. And I'd like to give a huge thank you to Vicki Campbell of SI Novato for presenting Noella's application to the VRA committee.
Well, this is probably my 33rd conference. Probably not quite 33. I've been a member for 33 years, and I started going to the conferences right away within the first year. And we have a conference every year, the first weekend of May, and every 5 years we come to Hawaii, and every 7 years we go to Guam because Guam and Hawaii are part of our region. We're founder region because Sir Optimus was founded in Oakland, California in 1921. So we just celebrated our 100th year last year, and the conferences are always inspiring to me. Sunday, as they were saying, is when we give out the money, lots of awards, lots of money, and it's really inspiring to hear what the high school girls and the women that are single parents have gone through tough times. They're going back to school to straighten out their lives and help their families.
So Chris, if you got to talk to women in Novato and Marin County to get them involved in Sir Optimus, what message would you say and why should they join Sir Optimus?
Well, the reason I've been a Sir Optimus for 33 years is because I feel it's important to give back to the community, and I think that it's really important. You know, I love Rotary. My father was a lifelong Rotarian, And when I moved back to Novato, he said, do you want to be a Rotarian? And at the time I was a single parent. I said, I can't afford Rotary. And I was invited to a Seroptimus meeting. And I immediately thought, oh, well, this has got the same vibe, but our priority is women and girls, which I found really important. And so, we sometimes people say Seropta, what's that word? But basically, it's just giving back to our community and the community of the world, because Seroptimus is in 90 countries throughout the world.
Yes, the most important thing, is to show them what to belong to the S Club, which is at the high school level, and they give back to their community too, but in different ways. They learn leadership. They learn a lot by being an owl.
And there's also being around you all, which are great role models, I think.
Absolutely, and you could see that during our conference that the young girls that did win. This is going to change their life forever and have an impact.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Lisa, all right, now, you are going to be next year's vice president?
I'm vice president-elect, and I'm so lucky that I have two women here. You've been a president of Seroptimus. And
4 times.
You have been president 4 times. I'm just lowly little VP getting started, but I have 2 wonderful women standing next to me who can be my mentor and help me through the years, and I hope I can be a 33-year member like you have been, Chris.
Okay, so I found a new term. I'm going to get behind you here.
Oh, yes.
Chris. Now, so the men, can we be involved in Seroptimus?
You
and what can we do?
absolutely can.
Actually, men can be members of Seroptimus.
Yes.
Okay.
But a lot of the members, because they are so involved, their husbands are supportive of the group. They don't necessarily want to belong. Some of them are still, working, and some of them are happily retired. So we came up with Seroptimisters.
Seroptimister. So is that what I'm going to be
You
once
are.
we
You
get
are
married?
gonna
Okay,
be,
good,
yes.
good.
You are a
Yes,
Seroptimister.
definitely.
I've got to tell you all, this has been fabulous watching you women work and getting the chance to meet the governor. What is her name now?
Governor Chris. But
Governor
the
Chris.
governor-elect is Vicky Ham.
Okay, it's been fabulous being around all you all. And hey, dudes, guys, help your wives and your girlfriends and your
Support 'em.
fiancés, support them. I'm going to stand behind Lisa and push her forward this year as vice
Thank
president. So thank you all for representing Marin, Novato, and Seroptimus. Now, on my show, we always say spread love. Because we're in Hawaii, we're going to say spread love and aloha. So all together, y'all, spread
Love,
love,
aloha.
spread aloha.
Aloha.
And mahalo.
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 Peace out.